Good afternoon, everybody. I am listening to the news, and I'm listening to Obama is going to name his campaign vice president, and McCain, he's not going to do his, and on and on and on. This video is going to ask you to think about what you want. McCain, he's a kind of nice middle-of-the-road guy. Like I said earlier, he's an appeaser. I mean, he's seriously considering Joe Lieberman, which is a good man, independent man, who doesn't realize that the Democratic Party sold him out from under, and that party principles he had to run as an independent, even though he's a strong Democrat. He doesn't realize that the party system don't work yet, even though he had to go totally independent. And then you have McCain, who's really kind of a fence sitter. Kind of like, well, I want to be in the middle of the road, this, and everything. I don't know what he thinks of Bush's policies and stuff, but I do know he was one of the major pushes for us to go into Iraq. He was one of the 5 main senators that were advising Bush. Is he a warmonger? I don't know. Is he not? I don't know. But I do know he's very much a fence sitter. Then we have Obama. I can't say tried true because he has not been tried true to anything. He has made a lot of promises that I see no action on. And the reason I say that is because look at his performance. He is a senator, is he not? And the things he proposes come straight out of the Senate and the House. Everything he has promised comes out of the Senate or the House. And yet he has not stood up for any one of them. So, tried true? No. He hasn't been proven one way or the other. I have listened to him to praise the rest of the world, at the same time condemn the United States. I have listened to him tell Europe how great they are, at the same time tell the United States we're nothing. The truth is, the United States, we are something. We are great. The problem is our Senate and our House is nothing. They are about as stagnated as a Congress could have ever been. When our forefathers got together and wanted to call the House and the Senate something, they couldn't think of anything. And they said, well, what's their purpose? To inhibit progress. Because with one leader, a lot could happen the wrong way. So they took progress, took off the PRO and put CON. Congress! That's why the House and the Senate is called Congress. But our House and Senate has totally inhibited. Now, for years, they've been yelling, energy independent, and they've done everything in their power to make us dependent upon the rest of the world. Both the House and the Senate. All the bills, look at the bills they have passed. Restricting our development of our oil fields, restricting our development of refineries, restricting our use of coal, restricting everything that we have. And then when they come in, they come in with all kinds of special interest groups, ecology programs. You can't develop and manage your forests. You can't develop and manage your wetlands. You can't develop and manage your own lands. A person who owns a house can't even develop and manage it. They have made the United States a dependent country to the world. The opposite of what I stand for. I stand for a totally independent, self-reliant, self-sufficient nation. One that could depend on itself for all its energy needs. One that could depend on itself for all its manufacturing. One that could depend on itself to care for its people. Rush Limbaugh yesterday was knocking Obama because he was comparing us to China. And was talking about how the Chinese can't feed their people. Well, maybe they don't have the food to feed their people, but the United States does, and they can't feed their people. The United States has the money to fix their roads, but they can't fix their roads. The United States has the money to employ everybody in the United States, but they can't get jobs in this country. The United States has the food around that they throw away or send overseas, but they can't feed their own children. At least the Chinese government cares for the Chinese people. Rush, the American government cares for the world, not the American people. What do you say to that, Rush? Such a hypocrite you are. That's why your talk radio show's so great, because you are a hypocrite, nothing but air. Basically, I'm for a free and total, independent, self-reliant country. I'm for a country that's going to have jobs in its borders for its people. I'm for a country that's going to develop all its natural resources to the fullest so that it depends on only the United States. I'm for a country that no child goes hungry to bed. I'm for a country where children receive the education they need to be productive citizens in the future. I'm for a country where our Social Security becomes sound and solid after it has been embezzled by the House and Senate for all these years. I'm for a country where anybody who needs any type of medical treatment or medicine can get it. Yes, that's what our country can be. Or you continue with what you're doing. Go support Obama, support McCain, but then don't expect anything different than what you already got. You decide out there who you want. And if you decide I'm saying something that makes sense, then you out there got to start doing something about it. Because with you sitting at home saying, oh, he makes sense, means nothing. And both Obama and McCain depends on you sitting there doing absolutely nothing. Because then the people who only vote Democrat and only vote Republican will get out there and vote their Democrat and Republican. And whoever gets the most votes wins. I'm a write-in, so it's going to be really hard. But you have to decide, what are you? Have a nice day. This is JD.